Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and I am so excited to have something to review. I've talked before that I either review something if it's really good or if it's really bad. So I'm telling you right now, this was fantastic. I absolutely love Tom Taylor. I love his writing anyways. I fell back, in love with his writing when it came to Injustice. He's done Suicide Squad so well. Come on, it's Tom Taylor. Now, let's talk about DCeased. We had the original, 6-issue miniseries that went on, and now we've got the Unkillables. This is 3 of 3. So, you might be coming in not knowing what's going on, and that's okay. But, oh my God, this is close to, book of the year style things, this is probably my favorite book right now. TLDR when it comes to Unkillables. I'm not going to go through all of what happened in the original DCeased, but for Unkillables, we got Jason, basically trying to find out who else was alive from what happened with the anti-life equation. And they went to basically this kind of orphanage, and there was a bunch of kids there. There was some other bad guys there. We've got mostly villains right now helping these children. They trained them, right? So these, they're not just children. They've been trained by Lady Shiva. They've been trained by Cassandra Cain, Deathstroke, Jason. They've been trained by the best of the best. And all of these villains really started to enjoy, the kids. So we have Bane here who has just turned. And we have the first kind of villain, basically. And I think that's what makes this so good, is these villains, you normally don't see this side of them. So we have self-sacrifice quite a bit throughout this series. Grundy literally goes up and takes his entire head off. His entire head off. Oh, I love it. He does a headbutt to somebody, but the body's not attached. I love it. And we've got Creeper. Creeper and Grundy have, become quite a bit of friends. And he's going to sacrifice himself, except for the kids aren't having it. They've grown to love Grundy. They've grown to really enjoy him. So I love this in the writing. We've got Letitia, 14 years old, likes ponies, knows how to kill a man with her hands in 6 ways. I love the things that they added like that. I will tell you right away, my favorite, kid character is Matilda. Now keep an eye on this character right here, because she's going to become important towards the end. But I do love Matilda. She's my favorite. So they decide they are not going to let Grundy sacrifice himself, and so is Creeper. Creeper is not going to let it happen. So we see them all helping him, and they end up actually being able to save Grundy for now. We'll get there. It's all going to go south so quick. And then they blow up the orphanage. The whole thing is if you read DCeased, you know that Ivy at the Gotham Gardens has a sanctuary where they can get to. So they blow up the orphanage, they can get to a sanctuary, and they can be saved. So they all, load up in the buses, and Jason still has the Batmobile, and they head off to actually do this. They've got, almost 40 minutes that they have to get through in time when it comes to get there. And of course, there's going to be issues along the way. The first one being Mirror Master, who gets Deathstroke, but we've learned throughout the series that Deathstroke, because of his healing abilities, he's basically immune to the anti-life equation in this sentence. So, the Mirror Master gets a couple kids, and I love this. Coming up, this girl, Matilda, he tries to grab him, and Cheetah is so protective of this child. She's become a surrogate mother. In a way, Cheetah has become protective, and she saves her, and I love this. Good kitty. And then she's like, only she gets to call me that, talking to Jim. I freaking love seeing this side of the villains being, close with the kids. Maybe that's a lot of it. Maybe it's the maternal instinct in me, but I really, really like seeing it. So they're talking back and forth, but Jason, he can see the garden. The garden's right here, but they realize they have to go through all of these undead, and they're not exactly sure how they're going to do it. Nothing else to do basically, but go for it until they realize what's coming. And Rose says, "I can see the future. Get your seatbelt on." And what we have coming is something that happened in, I believe, the first issue is when we had Wonder Woman turn. She made it through DCeased, and now in Unkillables she was turned. So we have Wonder Woman looking ferocious as fuck. I don't think I'd meant to mess with her. So we're going to start with some more sacrifice, and here's where it really, really goes south. So we have Cheetah, protective of the children, immediately going to take out the princess. And because they know Cheetah can't do it by herself, we have Creeper and I love it, True Lobsters. That's like their little inside joke they do because they're friends. So Grundy and his True Lobster friend Creeper go try to help Cheetah, right? Obviously it doesn't work, but they're going to buy some time. They're going to buy them some time to get out and get on the other bus because, the bus is going to get cut in half. But, I really like seeing here is Slade being very protective of Rose. He wants to get Rose. And then we have Jim being very protective of Jason. So we're saying, they've lost enough kids. They're going to protect them. My favorite part in this entire thing. I love Lady Shiva. She's a great character when it comes to the comic books. She's very precise. She's very well executed. Everything is determined beforehand until it comes to her daughter. And her daughter is obviously Cassandra. And Cassandra is trying to help the children. And we're going to see that they get a hold of her cape. Dumb cape, just cut that shit off. Anyways, so she's not going to let her daughter. She's just not going to let her die this way. She won't. Even though she knows it is idiotic to do, she's going to do it anyway. So she starts to help her. And this is my favorite part. Hi, she says, "You coming back? You said risking everything for one person was," and she was like, "Don't make a big deal out of it, except that I love you and shut up." Like, some people are really bad. They just can't say I love you. So this was her way of showing that. Well, it does not work. It does work. She does save Cassandra, but it doesn't work because she does get, infected with the anti-life equation. What's even better than that is this. She says, it's over, and we've got Cassandra crying, and she says, she knows that if Lady Shiva becomes undead, she's going to be unstoppable just like Wonder Woman. She is completely too well trained, and without any bearings or morality, she's going to be unstoppable. So they have, Cassandra thinks, I have to kill her or she's going to cause so much chaos. She's like, "No, I won't let you do that." My God, I swear I got chills at this part. She used her precision in her hands and ripped out her own fucking heart so her daughter didn't have to do it. Talk about sacrifice. Like, she sacrificed herself so her daughter would live and lost her own life, and then sacrificed her daughter's feelings and ripped out her. Like, it's insane to me. So we've got Rose and Jason upside down. Jason's knocked out. And we've got another, heroic family sacrifice here. We've got Deathstroke trying to save his daughter. And actually, he can do the best job of it simply because here's where it gets cut in half. Yeah, I knew it was coming. But because he's immune, right? He can heal unless he doesn't have organs. He's able to heal. So he knows he's probably not going to make it. And he's yelling at Jason because we've kind of had this moment where Jason and Rose kiss, but it's really weird because if you watch the Titans series on the show, we also have them kind of together on there too. So it's nice to see the continuity between the two. So even though they're both Elseworld stories, it's weird. So, Rose gets back, but not before she gets an awkward hug. Another, family dynamic that's really weird about saying, I love you, or hugs and all that kind of stuff. So she wants to make sure she does that. Well, we have Cheetah dead here. Cheetah dies, and Creeper gets his head ripped off. I told you it went south fast. And we have Solomon Grundy. He died on a Monday. They messed up the song, but right through his chest. And we have, oh God, this is another one that got me like the chills. So he's really kind of kicking ass, like really kicking ass, until Wonder Woman literally flies through his entire body and splatters it everywhere. Fucking bitch. Like, come on. So that's it, right? There's nothing they can do. Wonder Woman is still left. All of the people that love these children have sacrificed themselves. That's it. It's over. Game over. Wonder Woman has the bus, and they're dead, right? Right? Remember that little girl? I believe that's her. I told you to look at this little girl. Well, she was something. She was Mary Marvel the entire time. But, and what we're going to kind of, at least be led to assume, is that she didn't want to turn into Mary Marvel at any point, because had she been infected, then she would be Mary Marvel infected. She would be another one of those that were unstoppable. But now we have a savior for the entire bus. And we're going to get this leading into our next story, which is, my God, is it Dead Planet? I forget. Is it Dead Planet or Dead World? I'll look it up before I edit this. But we have an amazing fight. And this is really, I know this is going to be a long video, and I apologize. But we have an amazing fight. Look at that art. It's so, like, there are parts of this art that are questionable, but my God, that is not one of them. So we have Mary Marvel, and she's talking about, all of what she has: the wisdom of Solomon, strength of Hercules, stamina of Atlas, all of these. She has the power of Shazam. But what she is able to use to give her the upper hand on Wonder Woman herself is all of these things, plus 3 months of training with Cassandra Cain, the ruthless efficiency of Lady Shiva, and enough of being scared. And we get this fantastic scene where she hits Wonder Woman like, oh, I don't even know a way to describe this. It's fucking beautiful. And she's just done. That's it. She's done. So Mary Marvel picks up the bus and carries it into the sanctuary, right? The Gotham Gardens, and it's opening. And they get to finally see who's there and who's going to survive to go on to, Dead Planet. I think it's Dead Planet. And we've got Ivy. I love it. My favorite people are all still alive. Ivy and Harley. We've got both of them. We've got Dr. Fate. Fucking fantastic character. We got Zatanna. A bunch of children also, and Constantine. Like, you couldn't pick a better lineup for me. You got Jason Todd, plus all these characters. Like, they're literally all my favorites. Oh, yeah. That could be also why I'm shilling, but I fucking love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So this place is protected and safe. Yuck. Yuck. See what I'm saying? Some of the art is bad there. And I love it. Harley's like, Ivy, all these new kids we get to corrupt. Like, it's just something Harley would say. So we've got, everybody coming together here. And I want to show you the most fantastic page of it. I know I said that, 10 times? So, most fantastic pages. We've got this beautiful, they made a statue towards everybody that risked gave their lives to make sure those children were living. So we've got Creeper, and we've got everybody here. And what I love is this. Matilda put her little cat ears on top of Cheetah. It's like the simple things that are so fucking sweet that make you fall in love with the story. Whether it's the human emotion, whether it's simply a little adding here. And I love it. I love everything. Like Unkillables and DCeased all together, all 9 issues are the book of the year for me right now. Better than Batman, better than any Black Label books. And I don't know what it is about it. I've been trying to think about it. Like, is it the human emotion? Is it simply, let me get to the other books before I keep talking too much. Is it what, we're looking at here as far as the writing? Is it simply, it being all villains? I'm not sure at this point. But we are getting, like I said, Dead Planet. So we got this released today, and it was Hope at World's End, and it's obviously Tom Taylor, Dustin Nguyen. It is just a little story to get us into it's a Dead Planet. So it's a preface, right? I had no idea this was coming out. I'm so happy it did. I was like, yep, purchase. So we have Jimmy Olsen here, and he said he never wanted to be a wartime photographer, but he feels like he has to. He wants to get pictures of all these people that were, that died to save people. He wants to get pictures and document their heroics, and I get that. And this does a step back in time, and it starts when all of this started. So we see him, getting pictures, and Perry about to say that he's proud of him, and then the anti-life equation hits through the screen, and he's a bad guy, right? So Perry is dead, and we've got Jimmy here kind of documenting it. Getting everyone to safety is really what he's doing, but he figures it out. It comes from the phone, and we have Superman, before Superman was turned, come in and check on them, right? He takes care of everyone. And now, since then, obviously, Superman is going to be the bad guy, I'm assuming, in Dead Planet. But, he's going to help everybody else. We had Batman. These are deaths that happen within Unkillables. And Batman was an issue, too. Like, oh, God. Fucking jerks. Anyways, so this is when the bomb goes off and why they were saved. There's this one picture that kills me. That, breaks my heart right here. My God. If you want to break a girl's heart, do something like that. Yeah, I can't take it. But we get to see his side of it. We're getting to see the different sides of what happened during DCeased, but from his, perspective. And I like how he's got Harley and Ivy back here because we know they lived. We just saw that in Unkillables. And it says, tomorrow could be their last day, and we get a look at all of the villains coming. So this is a prelude to the anti-life war, which I'm assuming is going to be another digital first. And we're going to get just a little bit longer of a story of whether it is Jimmy or somebody else that had survived up until this point. So I was really impressed. All of today's books, well, okay, I haven't read Red Hood yet, but I was really impressed with these books. And I wanted to make sure I shouted them out because sometimes I just want to fucking talk about comic books and not drama when it comes to Johnny Depp or something. Yeah, I should be making a video about that. I'd get a lot more views, but I don't enjoy it like I enjoy this. So I shut up. Anyways, it was so good. It really was. I'm really impressed. I got chills. I teared up. You know what I mean? That's when you know a book is so good. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about these books. The Jimmy Olsen one is only 84 cents with Comixology. So it's not expensive. It's really, really worth it. And, fantastic. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskar, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc holiday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.